Sabatini closed the door and slipped the bar back into place. He stepped to the doorway of the bedchamber to make sure the bundle under the blankets still was in place. He knew it wouldn't fool anyone who closed on the bed, but it might distract anyone who just gave a quick glance into the room. He crossed to the table where the small candle stand was placed. Before he blew the candle out, he looked around the room one more time. Francesca Caccini, la Cecina, the Nightingale as she was known in the Medici court in Firenze, had lived and worked in these rooms off and on for a long time, except for the years of her second marriage to Tommaso Raffaelli, a very minor nobleman, where she had mostly resided in his homes in Lucca. But even then, she had returned for visits to the court from time to time, at which times she would reoccupy the rooms for as long as she needed them. It was one of the advantages of being a favorite of Grand Duchess Christina. So in this year of our Lord 1636, few in the court could remember a time when she hadn't been in those rooms there, especially after she had returned to the court full-time in 1633, after Tommaso's death and the ravages of plague in the country. It was hard for her to leave, but it was her decision to go. After the death of her son, there was nothing left to hold her here, and Sabatini couldn't blame her. Everything that was left behind was in its place. Pens, rules, parchment, cheap paper for drafting, all lay in boxes on the table. Fancy court clothes were in the chests in the bedchamber. Her lute hung from a peg on the wall. That had almost broken Francesca's heart to leave behind. Sabatini knew, but it would have hampered her flight, and made it much easier for someone, or someone's, he thought, to track her. In the end, he had been able to convince her to leave it. He crossed to it, and ran his finger across the top of it. For luck, he told himself. Sabatini turned back to the table and blew out the candle, then moved to the window. He pushed open the shutters, thankful that they had thought to apply some olive oil to the shutter hinges the same day they had oiled the kitchen door. They opened silently because of that. He reached down and picked up the wineskin and hefted it through the window, setting it on top of the rosebush that sat just to the left of the window opening. Then he sat down on the window ledge, swung his legs up and through the opening, and dropped off it to the ground, ducking his head as he did so to clear the top of the window frame.